and welcome to the SciFirst MovieTalk episode. So in this episode, I'll be discussing Disney's 2016 animated classic adventure, Moana. Their 57th such classic, as directed by John Musker and Ron Clements, and co-directed by Chris Williams and Don Hall. The movie follows the titular character, Moana, as voiced, and I do sincerely apologise for this. This is about the 7th or 8th take on this one. Auli'i Cravalho, the strong-willed daughter of the chief of a Polynesian village set on the island of Motunui. A terrible blight is running through their land, with plant life dying and the reserves of fish in the bay depleted, and against her father's wishes looks to beyond the island's reef to find answers. An ancient legend tells of the story of the goddess of nature, Te Fiti, who once, long ago, gave life to the ocean and the islands which rose from its depths, using a mystical stone as her heart and the source of her power. However, it also tells of a demigod by the name of Maui, as voiced by Dwayne Johnson, who stole Te Fiti's heart, and in doing so awoke a terrifying and relentless volcanic demon known as Taka, disintegrating Te Fiti in the process and kick-starting the blight that is now ripping and spreading across the land. Many generations later, the ocean chooses and calls upon Moana to restore the balance once more and return Te Fiti's heart in order to stop Taka and the desecration of the land and the islands Moana and her people hold dear and need to survive. Moana then sets off on a perilous mission in search of Maui. In order to demand he helps her defeat Taka and do what's right to restore Te Fiti's heart to its rightful place. Now that was a bit of a muddled, I'm still doing it now. But yes, very muddled, I'm afraid, and I apologise for all of that. I got a bit tongue twisted. So, take a deep breath. So, from the moment the film opens, it simply injects and immerses you into its wondrous world. Absolutely enchanting, and it certainly does not miss a beat. The level of attention to detail within the animation itself is simply off the charts. The love and the care that has been given to create this world and its characters more than shines through, and ultimately presents one of Disney's most engaging and bewitching modern classics. The story itself is nothing new in terms of Disney. It very much sticks to their usual formula. Strong-willed youngster looking to reach out and explore more of the world around them. Objecting parents, and then the inevitable road trip of discovery which follows. But regardless of my cynicism, it's a formula that works, when done right. And indeed one that is used to fantastic effect here, and still manages to come across with a renewed sense of energy and awe, which really comes into its own as each of the characters develop, particularly Moana. It doesn't feel stale or rehashed, and indeed has a real punchy vibrancy to it that simply captivates and draws you in and never lets go. The chemistry between the two main characters, Moana and Maui, work exceedingly well and create, when combined with the magic, the animation and music, this really does set everything onto another level. It's a simple story that's been beautifully told and elegantly presented throughout. A homely and humbling story about courage, friendship and conviction, even in the face of immense adversity. About believing in yourself and never giving up or taking the easy road. Forgiveness, redemption and the power to overcome one's own fears. It becomes a very personal journey for Moana, and indeed us all, as we follow her on this wondrous and fulfilling adventure. A warm and engulfing movie that completely sweeps you off your feet with its breathtaking animation that motivates and connects its audience with vivid and sweeping landscapes, tremendously involved yet uncluttered and uncumbered world building that teases more to a much wider world, but yet never flinches or deviates from its primary overall story arc. Both Moana and Maui are amazing characters in their own right. yielding many charismatic qualities and similarities to some of the more classic Disney characters, yet completely stepping out on their own and bringing a fantastically inviting charm that keeps your focus on them each time they are on screen. And indeed, making for some very exceptional moments along the way as they slowly build a connection with each other and us as the audience. Moana is a fantastically strong character, and it's a pleasure to watch her grow and develop as an individual and into a steadfast and determined leader, while Maui, totally full of himself and his own sense of being, brings a light-hearted, if but reluctant accompaniment to the proceedings. And yes, even as an animation, they still managed to find time for Johnson to flex his pecs, which, admittedly, along with Maui's other musings and sarcasms, noting Disney's usual formulaic approach, are pretty comical, I'm going to say. One of the best characters, however, Moana and Maui aside, was Moana's chicken companion, Hehe, who somehow manages to stow away on Moana's boat and ends up in the thick of it every time peril prevailed. Which isn't quite as ludicrous as it sounds. Hehe certainly has some of the best comedic moments in the entire film. A chicken that's not altogether there, yet when needed, is always there when needed the most, you know? An absolutely tremendous addition that had me in complete stitches. The movie also presents some fantastical musical numbers, as, you know, a good Disney would, including a real inspired power ballad, which again simply uplifts the mood of the film and its characters. With a score by Mark Mancina, who had previously worked with Disney on the likes of their other classics 1999's Tarzan and 2003's Brother Bear, and with songs written by both Lin-Manuel Miranda and Operatus Foal. Again, apologies. We have an absolutely inspired soundtrack throughout. Put it this way, we were all singing the music well into the coming weeks, you know? It's certainly catchy and more than a mesmerising and enchanting accompaniment, working in tandem and mixed seamlessly with the movie's fluid and vibrant, indulgent visuals. There has certainly been as much love given to the style and the power of the musical elements of the movie as the story itself, providing a decidedly captivating backdrop that completely encompasses and embraces the characters and their journey. Overall, this is a beautifully scripted and presented movie that follows its heart with a truly enchanting story. A story of exploration and bravery against the most insurmountable of odds. Completely bewitching and sincerely beautiful, bringing an exceedingly powerful personal journey for its title character, and one in which we can be totally immersed. Its animation is simply spectacular, completely indulgent and absolutely stunningly brought to life with a level of exquisite detail that depicts the power and emotion of the story and completely complements the film's extraordinary power and captivation. Brilliantly paced with a real peppy energy and vibrant soundtrack, like on a full power ballad in itself, with a totally satisfying and feel-good vibe that yields a totally enchanting, awe-inspiring and tremendous adventure. So, that brings me to the end of this episode. Many thanks for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like. Please do hit that subscribe button for more movie reviews, trailer reactions and other movie-related content. Absolutely loved having here at SciFirst MovieTalk and definitely love to have you back. Most of all, just thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.